Hello students and viewers, this is lecture 4 of the Strength of Material series and it is part A of lecture 4. Today's topic is principal stresses and principal planes with the help of Mohr circle method. Now the graphical method is normally called as Mohr circle method, and the construction of Mohr circle of stresses as well as determination of normal shear and resultant stresses is very easy when compared to analytical method. Also, the chances of committing any error is very less with the help of graphical method. Now, these are the sign convention which we all know. Also know that anti-clockwise direction is taken to be negative, whereas the clockwise direction is taken to be positive. Above x-axis and to the right of y-axis are taken positive, and whereas the below x-axis and left of the y-axis taken negative, which is normal sign convention in all the xy plane. And one important thing is there, in analytical method we calculate the value to the 2 place of decimal, whereas in graphical method we calculate only 1 place of decimal. So 10. Now there are few points to note while trying the Mohr circle. First of all, take some suitable scale example, normally taken 10 megapascal equals to 1 centimeter. Draw an x and y axis or use graph paper for proper measurement. All the normal stresses are plotted on x-axis with tensile stress on positive x-axis and compressive stress on negative x-axis. All the tangential shear stress are plotted on y-axis with clockwise shear stress on y-axis and anti-clockwise shear stress on negative y-axis. And we are considering biaxial system with shear, so this will be the figure, or this is the element of which we have to draw a Mohr circle. So we are considering this figure, and you can see the shear stress at sigma x is positive and shear stress at sigma y is negative. We will draw accordingly as per our sign convention. Now taking a scale of 10 megapascals to 1 centimeter, first draw an x-axis and all the normal stresses are plotted on x-axis and all the tangential stresses are plotted on y-axis, and you can see here that plus shear is tau plus shear stress which is clockwise is plotted on positive y-axis, whereas negative shear stress which is minus tau or anti-clockwise is plotted on minus of y-axis. Similarly, positive normal stress which is tensile stress is plotted on positive x-axis, or you can say the right side of this line, and negative normal stress or compressive stress is plotted on negative x-axis. So these are the normal sign convention which we have to follow. It is a normal sign convention on every xy plane, that this side is taken to be positive and this side is taken to be negative. Similarly for y-axis, the above y-axis is taken to be positive and negative y-axis is taken to be negative. So there is no abnormality in it and it's all usual, you all know that. Now first of all, take a cut of sigma x by taking this scale. So we have to, if the value of sigma x has to convert it into a centimeter with the help of this scale, and take a cut of sigma x at this point. Similarly, take a cut of sigma y at this point. Now we all know that shear stress at sigma x is positive and shear stress at sigma y is negative. So we will draw a line parallel to this y-axis for shear and as per their sign convention, and thus like this. So plus tau is drawn as parallel to y-axis. This is the coordinate of this point. I am talking about this one, plus sigma x and plus tau axis, and minus tau is plotted on negative y-axis with compared to this y-axis, and this is the coordinate. The coordinate of this point will be sigma y minus tau. So if you know the coordinate and if you have a graph paper, you can directly draw with the help of coordinate. You can get this point and this point with the help of graph paper. Now we have to connect these 2 points with a line, and like this. So I have connected these 2 points with a line and bisecting this line and cutting, which is cutting at x-axis, and we get this point which is located at this point, and putting the compass at this point and taking this as a radius of a circle. Again putting the compass here and taking this as a circle of a radius, we draw a circle like this, and when we draw a circle, this circle is normally called as Mohr circle. Now half of the work is being completed. Now take this as a new axis, this diameter which we have drawn, which we have connected from this coordinate to this coordinate as a new axis, and from clockwise, since we have considered clockwise as a to measure the angle in our convention, so we will take this as a clockwise, and you can see the angle theta which is given in the question is being double or twice of theta is being measured from this angle in a clockwise direction, and we get this P point. Now the coordinate of this P point will be sigma n comma sigma t. Sigma n will be this length, sigma t will be this length, since sigma t is the tangential stress which is parallel to the y-axis, and sigma n is the normal stress which is parallel to the x-axis. So with the help of Mohr circle, you can first calculate the sigma n, which is the same sigma n which we calculate with our equation number 5, and sigma t, which is our equation number 6 in analytical method. And similarly, one can calculate maximum principal stress or maximum principal stress. This is sigma p1. So this length from this line to this length will be sigma p1, and minor principal stress, which is sigma p2, from this point to this point will be sigma p2, and maximum shear stress. So the radius of Mohr circle is the maximum shear stress. You can see tau equals to radius of Mohr circle. Sigma p1 is the maximum principal stress, and sigma p2 is the minimum principal stress. So with the help of Mohr circle, we can calculate all unknowns. First sigma t, sigma n, sigma t, sigma p1, sigma p2, and you can also calculate sigma r, which is resultant of sigma n and sigma t, and angle phi of that resultant. So you have seen that with the help of Mohr circle, we can calculate all the unknowns regarding sigma n, sigma t, sigma p1, sigma p2, and shear stress or maximum shear stress tau max, which is the radius of Mohr's circle. So this is very easy. You can try at home, and in part B we will discuss by taking one numerical as an example. So thank you very much. Please like, share and subscribe, and if you have any question, any query, comment on the comment box. Thank you.